Hey, what's up, guys? Here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything do here is fire. You guys know the drill. Hope you guys have had a great Friday so far. We're about to get to our show. It is season 4, episode number 19. I can't believe we're already 19 episodes into our new season of season 4. It's been a great ride so far, guys. I appreciate all the follows on TikTok, in YouTube, Instagram, as well as Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Appreciate all the support, guys. Couldn't do it without you guys. But we're gonna get to some three or four segments. We're gonna definitely talk about some. Our first segment is gonna be talking about some Team USA basketball. And I know we kind of touched on this earlier in the week, but what are some of my thoughts and what's really behind Steve Kerr are doing, not using Jayson Tatum in one full game, and as well as not using Joel Embiid in one full game. We'll be going over that, as well as NFL's back, ladies and gentlemen. We had our Hall of Fame game last night between the Texans and the Bears. It was cut short due to weather, but it was funny because I told if you guys were listening to the TikTok yesterday, I did do a bet line for that game, and I picked the Bears to win the game, which they did 21-17. I picked the Bears to cover the plus 1.5, which they did by winning by 4, and I said the over of 31 total points by both teams, and it was over the 31. So I got all three of those right. So I'm kind of pissed that I didn't. I didn't bet. I'm not really a better, but maybe I should start maybe like $5-10. Start doing some bets because damn, I was kind of pissed. But after the NFL new kickoff, we're gonna be going over the kickoff rule. What are my thoughts on the kickoff rule and how that kind of transpired yesterday and how it kind of looks. We had mixed views on throughout the sports world when it came to that. Then we're going to go over UFC Fight Night, which is tomorrow, as well as the boxing schedule tomorrow with Crawford fighting. So we got some things to get to. So first up, like I said, we're going to be going over Steve Kerr discusses the noise around Team USA's lineups amid the Tatum and Embiid usage debates. So that's where we're going to focus with our first segment here today on the Fire Sports Pod. Now, USA men's basketball head coach Steve Kerr explained the reasoning behind the fluctuating starting lineups in the 2024 Paris Olympics. For us, it's very obvious. This is from Steve Kerr. Very obvious watching the games that having guys in their usual roles is very helpful, Kerr said on Friday. Per ESPN's Brian Windhorst, and so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for us to put our 5 leading scorers on the floor from an NBA season because those guys don't complement each other well. Just coaching basketball is pretty simple for us, regardless of all noise, he added. So during the United States 110-84 win over Serbia to the open games, Jayson Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton did not play at all. However, Tatum entered the starting lineup during team's next contest against South Sudan, as well as Tyrese Halliburton, but Joel Embiid didn't receive any minutes. So what were the reasons behind that? Now, Anthony Davis replaced Embiid in the opening lineup against South Sudan, while Tatum's addition to the starting 5 resulted in Boston Celtics teammate Drew Holiday heading to the bench. The lineup change gave Team USA more defensive versatility as Davis and Tatum combined to record 3 blocks and a steal while USA cruised to a 103-86 victory. Now, Halliburton also received some playing time, connecting on 2 of his 3 shots from behind the arc to finish with 6 points in 8 minutes and in the same spot. Don't forget, guys, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a follow as well as a like and share. Thanks again for all the support, guys. Appreciate it. Now, just in general, going over some things, the Anthony Davis and LeBron James connection is still, no matter what, is still unheard of. They are absolutely on the same page. We're about to present a video for you guys so you guys can take a look. I'm going to flip my screen so you guys can see what the hell I'm looking at. But this is by far a hell of a play by Anthony Davis and LeBron James. So let's share that right here. And I'll give you guys the screen so we can play that. So here it is.
Extend their own point differential here. Early offense.
Like if we see that again, like Only him playing with LA.
Point differential here. Early offense. Davis went back to
Dude, he did not even look back. He didn't even look at when he got the ball. He just outstat all day. He threw that crap all day to LeBron. He knew it was going to LeBron. There was no way. He caught the ball in the corner and literally just stared at LeBron and threw it while he was cutting back door. That's just how in sync they are. No matter where they're at, no matter what team they're playing with, they're so in sync. That was a great play. That was one of the many great plays that was against South Sudan. We kind of dominated both Serbia and South Sudan. There was really nothing about it. But just in general, man, the game itself for Team USA has been great. Do I think that they should use Tatum a lot more? I think it's based on matchups. I think the matchups with South Sudan and Serbia are completely different. While Jayson Tatum probably didn't play, there was no reason for it. It was just mainly off of just trying to see matchups. Again, Serbia is not – they're a good team, but they're not better than Team USA. Same with South Sudan. They're a surprising good team, but they're not better than Team USA, and we showed it. We absolutely demolished them when it came down. They cut it to 8, and then we just killed them after that. So I'm not really afraid of if you're voting for Team USA. There's really no team out there that should be able to beat us as long as we play winning basketball. But at the same time, do I think Steve Kerr should give more run for Jayson Tatum? Yes, because Jayson Tatum plays defense. He's an all-around great scorer. He can ball. There's no reason why he wasn't in the NBA Finals. There's a reason for it. And then not to mention, Joel Embiid didn't play, but he started almost every other game when I was voting for Anthony Davis to start. So I mean, again, matchups is gonna thing. It's hard to go out of nowhere from playing on all different teams to come together in one and only have a couple weeks to get to know each other and where their spots are, how they catch the ball, where they looking for, what things are they looking for. It's very hard to go like this and now they can play with everybody. This is how this goes. This is how that goes. That's very hard to do. Even the best of the best can't do it. So the fact that people are just like, oh, why aren't they're not meshing even more? Because it's still very hard. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, yes, they complement them very, very good, but they've never played on the same team before other than in the All-Star games. Other than that, Steph Curry, LeBron, they never played on the same team other than the All-Star games. Same with Anthony Davis, LeBron are great because LeBron can really play with anyone. I don't care what anybody says. LeBron can play with anyone, especially now. Now he's really not that guy that's going to go and drop 30 every game. He's more of a facilitator. You saw him against Serbia. He had 21 points, 9 rebounds, 9 rebounds and 7 assists, or 9 assists and 7 rebounds. So he almost got a triple-double. And on that day was the most points LeBron has ever scored in a Team USA game, which was 21 points, which is absurd. So that just shows you that he's really looking to pass, get his teammates involved. And even with the Lakers, yes, he scored 40 before. He scored 30-plus multiple games, a lot of the games last year. But there was a lot of times where you saw him facilitating more. At the end, when they needed him to get the buckets that they needed, he took it upon himself to help them out and get them over the edge. That's what a superstar, and that's what so-called the GOAT is supposed to do. Now, do I think he is the GOAT? No. But this just shows you this all has everything to do with just keeping everybody the same. If things are not going the right way, if the matchups or whatever, we can't keep complaining about the different matchups and whatever. Things happen. You can only play 5 guys on the floor. You can't. It's not the NFL. It's not baseball. You can only play 5 guys. Only 5 guys can be on the floor. So ideally, in a 40-minute game, you can only probably play 10 guys. To try to play 12 guys, 13 guys, it's very hard to play that. So people are going to have to sacrifice and sit some games. And some games they're all going to play because it's just different matchups and they're getting blown out, whatever the case is. So there's a lot of things. I think Steve Kerr is doing a good job. I just think the substitutions need to be a little bit better at certain times, especially when, like Anthony Davis, Anthony Davis, rim protector, defensive guy, get to the bucket. He's more of an athlete. He's more of a dog. Joel Embiid is that guy who can step out to the three. AD can too, but Joel Embiid can step out to the three, hit that mid-range just like AD. But he's more of like, he's a physical guy, but AD feels just like so much more into the physicality in Team USA. Joel Embiid's kind of laid back a little bit. But again, that's why Kawhi Leonard left. They were afraid that he would get hurt and then won't be ready for the beginning of the season because this guy has not been healthy almost his entire career since that Zaza Pachulia stepped in front of his ankle and he landed on it. He hasn't been the same since. So, like consistently wise, before that, he never got injured. He was always consistent with the Spurs. So that just goes to show you one injury could do it all for your career. So Joel Embiid has been through a lot of injuries. He's a heavy guy. He's a big guy. So the fact of the matter is he's got to be careful. So that also could be another reason why they didn't play him because of health and stuff like that. But if that's the case, we got to watch out. AD did come up with an ankle problem late in the game against South Sudan, came back and was perfectly fine. But those are things like these guys got to be careful. He's got to stay healthy, especially Anthony Davis for my Lakers, because if he's out, we are screwed. So we got to keep him. But we're 12 minutes into the show, guy. If you guys have any thoughts or questions on or answers to why Steve Kerr kind of did what he did with Jayson, Tatum, Joel, don't forget to drop it in the comment section. As well as don't forget to drop a follow as well. Share and like the live. Appreciate it. But let's move on to our second segment of the day. We are going to be going over the new kickoff rules. Now, if you guys did not, I know it was a preseason. I know it was a Hall of Fame game. A lot of people really don't watch it. I wasn't able to watch it, but I was able to keep tabs on the score, how was the kickoff. And a lot of people, Pat McAfee, First Take, Skip, all these guys were kind of like, a lot of people had mixed emotions about the kickoff. Definitely think it's an advantage for the kicking team because if you're the return team, you're blocking for the return guy. You literally have to go run backwards, turn around in like 2 seconds. The guy's right on you. At least in the regular kickoff before this, you can like set up, get the block, get a running start to get the block. This one, it's just like turn and go, and now you got to block. So it's definitely an advantage for the kicking team. But it's definitely going to be more of schemes. It's actually going to be probably more important to get those type of plays because you're going to set up where the blockers go, where the returner goes. It's going to be more of a skill. It's going to be more of a skill base when it comes to returning kicks now. It's not going to just be one move and just go straight. It's going to be a lot more skill because of the fact that the guys are going to be right on you like this. So you definitely got to have your head on a swivel and be able to maneuver in that area very quickly. And if it is a touchback, I believe it goes to the 30. So that's a different thing as well, not the 25. Now, the first two kickoff returns under the NFL's new rules looked a lot like kickoffs of the past during the Chicago Bears' 21-17 weather-shortened win over the Houston Texans in Thursday's Hall of Fame game. Now, Texans wide receiver Steven Sims took the opening kickoff for 21 yards before he was tackled at the 26-yard line, which is a yard beyond where offenses used to begin their drives after a touchback. After Houston took a 7-0 lead, Texans kicker Camille Fairbairn sent a kickoff to a Bears wide receiver Tyler Scott, who generated identical 21-yard return. You grew up your whole life just catching it, having the different levels and things of that nature, and now everyone is kind of stat, Scott said. If I kick is kind of short, guys are right up on you. You've got to make one cut and go. I think there's benefits to that because if one guy misses, then you're good. But at the same time, if you make the wrong cut, somebody is right there. So it's kind of pick your choice. It's pick your poison. Either you make the right cut and you're good, you make the wrong cut and you're screwed. So far, he says he feels like it kind of protects guys a little bit more. Guys aren't getting a full head of steam coming down the field, taking shots on people. But I think for the most part, it'll work out pretty good, he said. Just think we'll have a lot of explosive plays, which also would mean more touchdowns off kickoffs, a lot more yardage, more things. Because the kickoff has been kind of boring because if you're not skilled enough to get past those blockers running full speed at you, it's just boring. You're tackled and it is what it is. It's a rarity you get a kickoff return, a punt return, well, punts are different, but if you get a kickoff return or whatever the case is, it's very hard to score because you got to go the length of the field. Now it's in certain spots and you can just go and you don't really have to worry about the back end. It's really just the guys in front and that's it. So now the NFL overhauled its old kickoff rules this offseason in hopes of promoting more returns. Of the 8 kickoffs that took place Thursday, only 1 resulted in a touchback that happened 73% of the time last season, which was the highest touchback rate since 1970. The debut for the new rules came with 2 illegal formation penalties for one for each team. 4 players leaving their setup zone early. Players are not allowed to move until the ball is touched by the returner to make contract with the ground. Now, we were watching the Pat McAfee show with Troy Aikman was on, and then the rule book dude, the new rule book guy. And he said that they're really not looking too many. They're not going to be so sophisticated with the penalty calls. They're really not going to be going, oh, my God, he got offside by like a tiny foot or an inch, unless it's blatant. But at the same time, you're definitely going to lower the hits. You're definitely going to have more explosive returns. But still, I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of mixed emotions right now. I got to kind of see it in a game, in a real game, see how it kind of goes throughout the whole game. And then I can really pick and choose whether I like it or not. Because right now I'm kind of like on the fence of it. It looks pretty cool, but you never know. Now, we would have to figure it out like, hey, it's what it's going to look like. Bears coach Matt Eberflus said, so certainly we tried different things on the return team and different ways to attack on the cover team and putting different bodies in different spots. So we're really just trying to figure it out. I think that's where all coaches are. We're just to figure it out and do the best thing we can, and that's going to be ongoing through the whole season. You'll have to adjust. That's the way the NFL is. That's the way all sports are. You just got to adjust to what's new. And if you can't adjust, then you can't play that sport. Now, despite the additional returns, the lack of big plays from each team's kickoff units was met with some criticism. The furthest return was made by Bears rookie wide receiver John Jackson III to the 31-yard line. Former Bears return specialist Devin Hester, who will be enshrined into the Pro Football Hall of Fame on Saturday, was skeptical of the returns that took place Thursday night. He said, I'm watching it, and I'm surprised that we're not seeing more big runs, Hester said on ESPN's broadcast. You know, that's shocking, but hey, it's the first game, so I figure a lot of coaches are going to evaluate this game and try to figure out what they can do to get some more big plays. But right now, it's kind of shaky. Like I said, I'm really not a big fan of it right now. I kind of got to see some things. If I start seeing big plays and some more explosiveness, because, like, for example, the Cowboys got Turpin. Turpin's a fast dude, can make people miss, and is like a burner. If he makes one good move, he's gone. So it would be nice to see the guys that are fast, Cordell Patterson, Turpin. You got a bunch of guys that can return the ball and just fly. So it would be cool to see it. But who knows? First game, we'll see. Thursday's game was officially canceled after severe weather stopped play for more than 35 minutes late into the third quarter, and they just called it quits, where the Texans lost 21-17 to the Bears. Now, you guys let me know in the comment section on YouTube as well as TikTok Live what you guys think of the new kickoff rule. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And if you do like it, what do you like about it? And if you don't like it, what do you not like about it? Me, I can't really say much. I'd like it in 2 facets. I think it's going to create more big plays, I hope. And then I think it also is going to lower hits and lower more concussions and people getting injured. But at the same time, like, we're changing the game? Are we changing the game for the betterment, or are we just changing the game to make it protect our players, which is the main goal? But at the same time, are we kind of like taking out the hits? Are we kind of taking out the speed of the game, since it's literally like you turn and you just got to block? Or like, what are your guys' thoughts over there in the comments section? But we're kind of done with our second segment here on the Fire Sports Pod with the NFL's new kickoff rule. So we will now move to talking about some UFC Fight Night that's happening tomorrow, as well as our boxing schedule, which is another fight, another card tomorrow as well. So first up, I'm definitely going to show my screen for this, guys, so you guys see what I'm going over right now for the YouTube, as well as the TikTok Live. So this is the main card I'm just gonna go over the main card, the prelims. I'm not really so crazy about. Sports Talk with Aiden said it's probably to make touchbacks less likely. Yeah, like I said, it was the 76% last year, which was the highest in 1970. So that's probably one of the reasons why. But here we're gonna start with the fight night here. If you guys can see the fight night, so we're kind of rolling with. We're gonna start with 3 guys here. Right now we have for our first fight is Jorge Alvarez versus Elvis Bernard. This is the lightweight bout. You have minus 192 odds for Jorge Alvarez and plus 160 for Elvis. Jorge is Spain and Alves is Brazil. I'm going to probably go with Alvarez taking the win here over Brenner. I think Alvarez is the better fighter. Brenner could do some damage, but I think Alvarez is the better fighter. So I'm going to have to go with Alvarez with the win. Now you go with the women's strawweight bout. You have Mackenzie Duran versus Lupi Gunis, Mexico and Brazil. The number 7 versus the number 10. I'm going to go with the number 7 Brazil since I'm going to go with Mackenzie taking the win over Lupi. I just think Mackenzie's a little bit of a better fighter overall. But again, Lupi could come in and get the upset win as she is the number 10 seed, number 10 ranked, and Mackenzie's number 7. But I'm going to take Mackenzie and Alvarez so far. Now we have Tony Ferguson versus Michael Shiza. So this fight can go either way. I'm really have mixed emotions of it. I like Tony Ferguson with the win here. And I'm probably gonna go with Tony Ferguson. I think Tony Ferguson has had some unlucky times in the ring right now. But I'm gonna take Tony Ferguson with the win. I think he gets back on the winning board. This is the welterweight bout. Yeah, I know I mispronounced it. I'm not good with pronouncing these guys' names, man, especially in the UFC. It's whatever. Hey, if you want to say Michael wins, go ahead. I'm taking Ferguson. I think Ferguson comes back and wins something. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not really a Tony Ferguson fan. I just think Ferguson is going to take the win today. But yeah, my bad on the pronouncing. I should have said that earlier. I'm really not the best when it comes to pronouncing these guys' last names. Because these guys have some crazy names. But for that, it's 2 USA guys. I think Tony Ferguson wins. Now we go to the bantamweight bout. This is going to be something. This is going to be a good one. I like this one. Roland is number 4. Division is number 6. I'm going to take I don't know. This is a tough one. What do you guys think here? I want to go with the upset here. But I don't know. Number 4 versus the number 6. I'm probably going to go with the upset and the division with the Brazil. I think he's going to win the bantamweight bout. I like this. I like number 6, the guy from Brazil division winning this fight. So I'm going to take him. The middleweight bout. You have Michael Vershara. I'm not so familiar with these guys. But I'm probably gonna go with. I don't know. This one's an iffy one. So you either got Shara or you got Michael. I'm probably gonna go with Michael from Poland. I got him winning the middleweight bout here, and then you have the main event, which is the bantamweight bout, which is Corey versus Umar, the number 2 versus the number 10. I'm going to take Corey winning the fight over Umar. I got Corey winning that fight. So I got Corey, I got Michael, I got Division, I got Tony Ferguson, I got Mackenzie, and I got Alvarez winning. So you guys let me know what you guys got winning in these cards. But that will be the fight night, UFC Fight Night tomorrow. This starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time on ABC/ESPN. So you guys can check it out there. But I'm going to go with the main event. I'm going to go with Corey winning the fight. So that's pretty much it for the UFC, guys. We're going to move on to some boxing right now. I believe we got Crawford fighting tomorrow, which is going to be something. So let me share my screen so I can let you guys know who's fighting who and tomorrow's fight card for boxing. Now, here's that. We have the Crawford fight. This is taking place in Los Angeles. So, again, you have some big names. Israel versus Crawford. I'm definitely going to take Crawford. I think Crawford kills him. I think it's a knockout, probably. But these are the undercards for these fights. You have Anderson, 10 rounds versus Bocola. I'm going to take Anderson with the win. And then you have Cruz versus Moran. I'm going to take – this is another 10 round. I'm going to take Moran with the win. Actually, no. I'm going to take Cruz. I'm going to take Cruz with the win. Then you have Morel. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that dude's name. So I'm going to take Morel since I don't even know who that guy is. So I'm going to take Morel. I've heard of Morel. He's not bad. Then you have Cruz versus Venezuela. I don't know. Cruz is good, but I think I'm going to go with Venezuela to take the win. Then you have Ruiz Jr. versus Miller. This is the fight I want to see. Ruiz Jr. versus Miller. Ruiz is like 35-2. Miller's 26-1. So I'm probably gonna go with Ruiz Jr. I want to see him win. I got Ruiz Jr. winning, and then you got Crawford versus Israel. So I'm gonna take Crawford. He's 40-0. There's no way Crawford loses tomorrow. I think Crawford knocks him out. I think Ruiz Jr. and Miller is gonna be a hell of a fight. One's 35-2, Ruiz Jr., and Miller's 26-1. I think this is gonna be one hell of a fight. So I'm going to take Ruiz Jr. and Crawford. I'm going to take Venezuela to take down Cruz, even though Venezuela is 13-2. Cruz is 26-2-1. But I'm going to still go with the other guy. Morel is 10-0. The other dude that I can't pronounce his name is 29-2. I'm taking Morel with the upset there. Then Cruz versus Morgan. Cruz is 3-0. Morgan is 36-1. So I'm taking Moran with the win. There's no way Moran does not win against Cruz. So I'm going to take Moran with the win there. And then you have Anderson versus Bokal. Anderson's 17-0. Bokal's 21. I'm taking Anderson with the win. It's kind of like, it's not really an upset. It kind of the similar guys, but I'm taking Anderson with the win. So that's pretty much it, guys, for the fight. These fights start at, I believe, 6 p.m. Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken, when these cards starts. But it is tomorrow, and I believe it starts at 6 p.m. No, my bad. I'm stupid. This is actually at nighttime. So the Cruz fight starts at 9. The Ruiz fight starts at 10, and I believe the Crawford fight starts at 11. So the top 3 fights start at 9, 10, and 11. And really, those are kind of the main fights. I would assume that everything else. So this one's at 10, the other one's at 11. Cruz is at 9. This is at 8. That's at 7. This is at 6. So you guys want to check it out. This one's at 6 here. This one's at 7. This one's at 8. I believe this one's at 9. The Cruz fight's at 9. The Ruiz fight's at 10. And the Crawford, the main event, is at 11. So you guys can definitely check that out. So if you wanted to, you could kind of watch the UFC Fight Night at 3 and then transition that to the boxing at 6. So you can kind of pick and choose which one you want. But this is on Saturday, so tomorrow. So you guys can check that out. But other than that, guys, that's kind of it for my show here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we do here is fire. You guys know the drill. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We got about 867 likes. About 2 people still constant in the live. Appreciate Sports Talk with Aiden liking up the live. Appreciate it. We're definitely going to go live later tonight for the Yankees game, later in the game, around the 7th inning or 6th, 7th, probably about the 6th inning. see what's happening with the Yankees. They play the Blue Jays tonight, so we're going to take a look at that. I am down the shore again, guys, so we are coming from you guys from Surf City down the shore in New Jersey. But that's pretty much it, guys, for my show here on the Forest Sports Pod. I'm your host, Zack Jackson. This has been a great show on this great Friday. We are always powered by StreamYard, where StreamYard makes the dream yard. So we're going to power it by there. I will catch you guys on Recap Monday, which will be Season 4, Episode number 20. If you guys are on my TikTok, we'll be going live for the Yankee game tonight, the Yankee game tomorrow, Team USA at 11:15, UFC Fight Night at 3, as well as the boxing, which would start probably at 9, 10, or 11. If I can't get the 9 and 10, I'm definitely going to get the 11 fight, which is the main event, which is Crawford. So I'll catch you guys there. But other than that, guys, have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll catch you guys on Monday for the show. Yes, Sports Talk with Aiden. We're at 11:15 a.m. tomorrow against Puerto Rico. All right, guys. Peace out here on the show.